All right. This rainstorm, the one that came last night, got my kickball game canceled. Very sad. We were in the playoffs, couldn't play yesterday. And I just, to whatever powers may be, that this weekend doesn't look like this. I'm supposed to be camping, and that would literally put a damper on my weekend. So hopefully it rains itself out in the next couple of days, and by Friday afternoon, it's all sunshine for my camping trip's sake. That being said, go ahead and find that comfortable starting position, as usual, wherever that means for you. So if you prefer to start with those couple of seated ranges of motion, you could start in that comfortable seated position. If you prefer standing spinal twist, forward fold, maybe you start there. If you'd like to have that cat and cow, that child's pose to cobra, feel free to start at hands and knees. If there's something else that sounds like it's going to feel particularly good today, feel free to start in the position that's going to get you there. And we will start with our scan of the body. So starting from the top of the head and moving to the tips of the toes. As you take that scan of the body, as always, just noticing without any judgment how you're feeling, what's going on in your body this evening as we get started, where those points of tension are, where those spaces are that feel particularly good, where those spaces are that could use that little bit of extra love and attention this evening. And then as you finish that scan, starting off with whatever that initial range of motion or stretch might be, that's going to feel really good. So again, maybe it's that seated spinal twist lateral stretch. Maybe you're standing, so you find a standing spinal twist or forward fold. Maybe you find a seated forward fold, child's pose to cobra, cat, cow, whatever floats your boat this evening. And we'll start off with about 6 to 8 nice deep breaths here, nice and easy. Just finding that initial range, finding that initial stretch, taking your time, finding your breath, allowing that space for those nice big inhales, allowing the lungs to expand, allowing the chest and the ribs to expand. And as you exhale, just bringing that little bit of extra release and relaxation through the shoulders, the muscles in the face, the jaw. Maybe you can bring your eyes to close or bring your gaze to soften down towards the floor. Let's take about 2 more nice deep breaths, nice and easy, wherever you've started, finishing out that initial range of motion, finishing out that initial stretch. And then when you finish those next 2 nice deep breaths, just go ahead and make your transition over to our comfortable seated. We'll just do a nice brief warm up from that comfortable seated position. And then we will get into that little bit of a core sequence that I've got for us to get started with. So making your way on over to that comfortable seat, letting your shoulders release nice and low away from the ears. And we'll start with that roll of the head and the neck. So that next big inhale finds that long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest, and then just nice and easy side to side. Right ear towards that right shoulder, opening up. As always, you can reach that left arm down to the side. Exhale brings the chin back to the chest, and then left ear to left shoulder. You can bring that right arm down to the side. That nice, easy side to side, opening up through the neck, finding that stretch. Maybe it comes down through the shoulders for you. Maybe you look up a little bit further. Maybe you keep the head down a little closer. Fabulous. Let's go ahead and take that just one more time in each direction. As always, if you need that third change of direction to even up, feel free to take it. After that second direction, one final time, that exhale drops the chin back to the chest. And then that next big inhale, go ahead and lift that head back up nice and long away from center, going right into some shoulder rolls, nice big circles. We've got some of our flow work from that plank. We've got a couple of push-ups, a little bit of downward facing dog work tonight. So just getting those shoulders ready to support us. One more nice big circle in that first direction, and then just go ahead and reverse it. Same thing, other direction. And 2 more nice big circles in this second direction. When you finish those, relaxing the shoulders nice and low away from the ears. We're going to take our lateral stretches. We'll just go 3 times each way. So if you'd like to move a little faster or slower than me, feel free to take it at your own pace. That first big inhale takes those arms out and up. Nice big stretch towards the ceiling. Right arm comes down to the mat. Left arm comes up over top. Nice big stretch in that first direction. Inhale pulls us up through center. Exhale, second side. And we'll do that twice more each way. That inhale pulling us up through center. That exhale, first direction. Ooh. And to second direction. And then one final time each way. When you finish that last one, we'll go right into our spinal twists as usual. So that next inhale can bring it up and you can go right into that first spinal twist if you'd like, bringing one arm down to the front, other arm down to the back. If not, relaxing those arms down and around. Inhale to your long spine, exhale in that first direction. And we'll just move a few times in each direction at the pace that feels good for you. So those inhales can bring you through center, arms can stay low or come high. Exhale in that second direction. And then just that nice, easy side to side, both ways, at that pace that feels good for you. Fabulous. Let's go one more time in each direction. And as always, feel free to hit that third change of direction just to even up between the two. When you finish that second one, that final inhale brings you to center, and then relaxing those arms or relaxing those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Taking just a moment, and then we'll just hit a brief lower body warm up because, like I said, we do have some work in our fold and in our downward facing dog. So keeping that right leg folded in, taking that left leg out nice and long, and we'll just start with that fold forward. Our inhale to our long spine, our exhale hinges with those hips, taking us just as far as you can get with that long spine, and then releasing into it for that nice stretch down that left leg, that nice stretch of the hamstring. And just taking a couple nice deep breaths here. And then just one time, we're going to come just part way out of it and then back into it on this side. That inhale brings us up. If you'd like, you can find that long spine again and hinge from there. If not, you can fold directly into it, just trailing those fingertips down the shin once again, taking it back into that fold down that left side. Nice. One more nice deep breath here. And that next inhale rolls us back up to that long spine. I want you to go ahead and pull the soles of the feet together. Then we'll just find a nice, easy butterfly for a moment. As always, the closer you pull the feet, a little more intense. If you need a little less intensity, they can come out. You can find your long spine and hinge at those hips, or you can fold it forward, rounding out the spine, or you can bring those elbows to those knees, a little pressure down towards the floor. Any of those options is fabulous. Just choosing the one that finds the right stretch for you, wherever that tension is in the body. So if it's in the lower back, maybe it's more of a fold. If it's through the hips, maybe you will put that little bit of pressure through those elbows onto the knees for that little bit of hip opening here. And we'll just take two more nice deep breaths in this one. Fabulous. Next inhale brings us up to that long spine, and our final warm up stretch before we hit that core segment. Keep that opposite leg folded in. That right leg goes out long. We just got that fold. So long spine, hinge at those hips, hit the edge of your range of motion, release into it. Nice big stretch down towards those right toes. Fabulous. And same as that first side, we'll just come halfway out of this and back into it. So that inhale just brings us part way up. As usual, if you'd like to find that long spine, you can. And then just right back down into that nice stretch. Fingertips trailing down the shin, the ankle, the toes, wherever you can reach to. That nice deep stretch for the hamstrings, maybe a little bit in the calf for you, maybe a little bit in the side or the lower back. Fabulous. One more nice deep breath here. And then that next inhale, just go ahead and roll it back up. Nice long spine. All right, fabulous. Feel free to grab a sip of your water or other beverage. On our way down, we're going to go ahead and meet on our back. And you can take your time and pull your feet into whatever formation feels good. Knees bent, feet planted, knees in towards the chest. Maybe a nice big stretch when you take it to the floor. We're going to hit just a little bit of core up next. Core front work from our back. So taking just a moment on that transition again, maybe knees towards the chest, maybe knees bent, feet planted, maybe that little bit of a windshield wiper. Maybe you need a nice big stretch long away from center. Just 2 more nice deep breaths. All right, fabulous. Then we're going to start this core segment with a spinal twist, just once in each direction. So go ahead and pull those knees up to our tabletop at 90 degrees. Take those arms out wide. Let both knees fall to that right side, and then go ahead and look over that left shoulder. Just a nice spinal twist to get the spine moving a little bit here. That next inhale is going to pull us up to center, knees back at that tabletop, and then down to that left side. So same thing, knees come down to the left. We look over that right shoulder. And we're just going to do that one more time each direction. So next inhale pulls us up to center, knees down to the right, changing the direction the head looks to complete the twist up to the neck. And then last time on that second side, that inhale pulls us up back to center, knees to the left, look over to the right. Nice. Next inhale pulls those knees back up to that tabletop, 90 degrees, right at center. Bring those fingertips in right behind the ears. We're going to start off our warm up with a little bit of a crunch here, keeping the chin and tennis ball size space away from the chest. We're lifting the head and shoulders and lowering back down, using that exhale to press up off of the mat, finding that nice crunch, especially through that upper core. So just working here. If this is a little intense for you this evening, as always, those feet can be planted if you prefer at range of motion. Keeping it moving, keeping it breathing for about another 10 seconds here. Fabulous. 3, 2, 1. Pull those knees into the chest. Release the head and shoulders down towards the mat. We're going to hit our lower core next with our double leg stretch. So lifting the head and shoulders for more challenge. The lower the legs go, the more challenging this will be. The higher they are, the easier this will be. Double leg stretch. Our inhale takes us long in both directions. Our exhale pulls us back around and in. So just a few times here. Again, if you take the feet a little closer towards the ceiling, it'll be a little bit easier. A little closer towards the floor, a little bit more challenging. As always, we're still keeping the chin a little bit away from the chest. So we don't want to use the neck to lift. We want to keep it in that core. We're just here for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, bend the knees, plant the feet. Bend the knees, plant the feet. Let the head and shoulders release and relax. A little bit of posterior chain next. Let's lift those hips up into our glute bridge. Take a moment and think about that activation in our glute bridge. Pressing the bottoms of the feet down into the mat, pressing those palms down into the mat, maybe the back of the head, squeezing through the glutes, the hamstrings, activating the lower back and the core front. Now, if you'd like to, you can add that march knee up in towards the chest and then press it back down and switch sides. So keeping that knee bent at our 90 degrees, keeping those hips nice and high. And if this is a little too intense for you, just keep those feet still and keep it in that glute bridge hold. As always, don't forget to breathe. Keeping on working here. Nice. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set both feet down. Bring those hips down. All right, nice. Now, before we take it back to the beginning, we've got one more core movement. We're going to hit our 100. Options for that 100. Those feet can stay down if you prefer. You can bring them up to that tabletop at 90, or for the most challenge, those legs can come out long. We're going to point those fingertips towards those heels. Lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. We're going to move those arms. We've got a 5-count inhale and 5-count exhale. As always, it can be one long inhale and long exhale, or if you like those short, sharp breaths, you can take those. Keep that core activated, and we're moving those arms. Here we go, getting ready. Let's take it in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, almost there, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Nicely done. Let the head and shoulders relax. Maybe pull those knees in towards the chest. All right, we're going to take it back to the top. We've got our spinal twist to get started again. So nice and easy. Take those arms out wide, knees that are 90 degrees. Both knees down towards that right side. Look over that left shoulder. Give that core front a little bit of a break. Nice and easy in that spinal twist. Let's take it up to center, second side. Knees down to the left. Look over that right shoulder. And same thing as we started with. One more time each way. Pulling it through center. Down to that right side. Look over the left shoulder. And second side. Down to the left. Look over that right. Nice. Go ahead and bring those knees back up to center, back up to that tabletop. We're starting from the top, so we've got our crunch again. Fingertips in behind the ears. Here we go. Lifting the head and shoulders, keeping those feet nice and stable right where they are. Maybe they're at that tabletop, or maybe you're feeling a little better with them planted, and that is fine tonight. Keeping it moving, making sure you're breathing. Again, we're working that upper core here, those upper abs with that crunch, pulling the head and shoulders up off the mat. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Lower core up next. We've got that double leg stretch. So the head and shoulders lift again. That inhale takes us long. That exhale pulls us around. Couple seconds of this. Here we go. Taking it long. Lower is more challenging. Higher is a little easier. Base it on how you're feeling tonight. So how your lower back is feeling tonight, how your core is feeling tonight. If that lower back's moving around a lot, just take those feet up just another inch or two towards the ceiling. We're in this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend the knees and plant the feet. We're back into that glute bridge. Once those feet are planted, activate that posterior chain, press those hips up. Maybe press those palms in towards the mat. All right, let's add that march if you'd like to. Knees pull up towards the chest. Keep those hips nice and even. So if you're marching, I don't want your hips waving side to side. I want it to look exactly like if you still had that foot on the floor. So it takes a little bit of adjustment of that center of gravity of that weight, but keeping those cores engaged, keeping those hips steady. We're here for just another 10 seconds. Just another 10 seconds. Fabulous work, you guys. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and plant those feet. Set those hips down. Pull those knees in towards the chest. All right, same thing. We're going to finish off with our 100 one more time. One more time in that 100. So again, knees can be at our tabletop. If you prefer to start with them down, you can keep them down. For more challenge, we're taking them out long. Fingertips towards the heels. Lift the head and shoulders for more challenge. Getting ready. Here we go. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 2, 3, 4. Stick with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, almost there, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Nicely done, nicely done. Choose a recovery pose that's gonna feel good for you. Maybe it's that spinal twist, maybe you plant those feet, maybe you sit it up and kind of round it over, giving that lower back a little bit of a break. Feel free to grab a sip. We're going to take it over to our flow up next. We'll give that core front a little bit of a break. We'll change modes here. We're going to bring it up to standing. I know that was a lot of core front work to get us started. So take your time, make your transition, grab a sip, take a stretch, and then we're going to bring it up. All right, all right. No, I wanted to go with that. Okay, so very quickly before we begin, the way that I'm going to cue this is going to start us at the back of our mat. We're going to fold it down, and then we're going to inchworm out to our plank. So we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, walk it out to our plank. If you know that your wrists or your shoulders are not going to appreciate that this evening, you can start at the front of your mat. When we find our fold, instead of walking forward, you can step it back. Just an option for you if you know that that inchworm is not something that's going to work for you. And we do have a decent amount of work left on our wrists tonight. So if you know that's really going to bother you, just an option to start at the top of your mat. We're going to take 2 nice deep breaths, leading with those arms. With that inhale, we're going to take it out now. Am I losing audio? Yeah. With an exhale, go ahead and circle them down and around. With that inhale, go ahead and take them up. Exhale, circle them around, and I want you to go ahead and interlace behind the back, open up through the shoulder blade, or go through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. From here, this is where we're gonna find our fold. So I want you to go ahead and just start to fold it forward. If you can release here and bring those fingertips or those knuckles up. If not, just release it and bring them right down into that fold. Depends on how your shoulders are feeling, depends on where you're at. So we're in that forward fold here. All right, now from this fold, we're gonna take one halfway lift. Our inhale to our nice flat back, our long spine. Our exhale to our forward fold, releasing those arms down, opening up through the shoulder blades. Taking that gentle bend in those knees, bringing the fingertips down to the mat, and from here, we're gonna inchworm it out. Walking those hands out to that plank position. Again, if you're at the top of your mat and you prefer to walk those feet back, feel free. When we hit that plank position, a little bit of upper body work here. We're going to chaturanga all the way down to the mat. So lowering all the way down, elbows stay close, bring it down so the chest and the legs meet the mat. From here, we're going to do a back extension. Feet can stay on the floor if you'd like, or we can lift up both the chest and the feet. A little bit of a back extension. Now we've got our arm extension, extending them out while we're up, and then our lat pull. Elbows come in, and then we lower down. Now from here, we're going to push up from the floor. If this is not going to work for you, I want you to make sure that your hips come at the same time so you can plant those knees, press it up, and then meet that plank. If it is going to work for you from the floor, curl the toes under, press it straight up to that plank. From there, we're going to do that again twice more. Chaturanga lowers us all the way down. When you hit the mat, we've got that back extension. So pressing it up, extending those arms out, pulling them back in, and then lowering down from that extension. Here comes our push-up. Toes or knees, press up to that plank position. Toes or knees, make sure that we're in one nice long line. Fabulous. One more time, just like that. Chaturanga down. Back extension lifts us up, extends those arms out, pulls us back in, and lowers us down. And here comes that last push-up. Curl those toes under. Big exhale, press us up, toes or knees. Let's give those shoulders and that core a little bit of a break. Press it to our down dog. Hips up and back. All right, awesome. Here comes a little bit more core work. We're gonna do our 3-legged dog to our half mountain climber. Right leg presses up and back. As we bring those shoulders out over those wrists, we're gonna pull that knee underneath that half mountain climber. And then our inhale extends us up and back once again. 3 more times, just like that. Out and over. And then up and back. 2 more. Half mountain climber to 3-legged dog. And then on this last one, we're gonna take it all the way under into our lunge. So half mountain climber, use that little bit of a momentum, that little bit of a sweep. Bring that ankle underneath that knee. If you need to set that foot down and bring it there, and then meet me there, that's fine. From here, crescent, sweep the arms up, sink into that right leg. Cactus those arms, elbows come wide, chest opens. Full post or cactus, nice. 3 pulses here. Inhale extends us up. Exhale brings us down. 2 more. Inhale extends us up. Exhale brings us down. Last one. Inhale brings us up. Exhale brings us down. All right, we're in that crescent. We are going to bring it to our warrior 3, a balance here. So hinging at those hips, we're going to send that weight over that right foot. So you need to step up a little bit first, that's fine. When you can, if you can lift those toes and extend those arms, that takes us to our warrior 3. If you're ready, you can bring it up to that balance. Just briefly, 1 nice deep inhale and exhale. And then with that next inhale, bend that right knee, set it down. We're back in that crescent. Nice. Go ahead and fold it forward. Fingertips come down to surround that front foot. Step the left forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale rolls us up nice and slow to our mountain. And relax the shoulders. Nice. All right. Now, if you started at the top of your mat, you can stay right here. If you started at the back with me, go ahead and take 2 or 3 nice big steps back. Move your way to the back of your mat. Same thing, 2 breaths. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. Inhale brings us up. Exhale brings us down. Interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. If you can't reach, you can just press those palms towards each other. From here, we've got that fold with that bind if your shoulders can handle it. So we're folding forward. Maybe those arms start to toss a little bit forward. If they can't handle it, you can release it and bring it around. If they are up there, go ahead and release them. Halfway lift. Inhale, flat back on the spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Here comes our inchworm. Here comes our inchworm. Walk it out towards the front or towards the back. Either is fabulous. Or out in that plank. All right, we've got 3 of those Chaturanga back extension push-ups. Here we go. Let's lower it down all the way to the mat. Lift up when you get there. Extend the arms out. Pull them back in and lower it down. Into that push-up, toes or knees. Press it up to that plank position. Keep that body in that long line, whether those knees are down or not. Here we go. Same thing. Lower it down. When you reach the mat, we're lifting up the chest and the legs, extending out, pulling in, and lowering down. Into that push-up, toes or knees. 1 more time, just like that. Chaturanga it all the way down. Go ahead and lift up. Extend. Pull it in. And lower it down. Last time in this push-up here, this round. Press up. Back to that nice plank position. Downward facing dog. Nice. Here come those 3-legged dog to half mountain climbers. Left leg, 3-legged dog. Press it up. Out to that half mountain climber. Shoulders over, wrists knee underneath. Inhale extends us up. 3 more. Extend it out. And back up. 1 more just like this. That last one will take us to that crescent. So 1 more just like this, out into that half mountain climber. Press it up. And then this one pulls us into that crescent lunge. So pulling it under, sweeping that foot underneath, that ankle underneath that knee. Go ahead and sweep those arms up. We're in that crescent. Let's cactus them. Elbows wide, arms wide, chest open. 3 of those pulses. Inhale extends up. Exhale lowers us down. Ooh. Inhale extends up. Exhale lowers us down. Last one. Inhale extends up. Exhale lowers us down. Nice inhale. Keep that left knee bent. Extend those arms. Warrior 3. Taking our weight over our left foot. If you can, lifting those toes. You can keep those hands at heart center if you prefer. You can lift that foot up a little bit if you prefer. Big inhale and exhale. And then we're taking it back into that crescent. Bend that left knee, set those right toes down, lengthen that torso. Nice, fold it forward, right foot steps forward to meet the left. Forward fold. Nice. All right, go ahead and roll it on up, extended mountain. And walk it to the back of that mat. Here we go, big deep inhale. Exhale, circles us down, interlace your press toward each other behind the back, open through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together. Forward fold, bringing it down. You can always release right here, or you can let those fingertips come towards the ceiling. Those knuckles come towards the ceiling. If you do still have those hands bound behind the back, go ahead and release them down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Inchworm towards the front or the back if you're standing at the front. Out to that plank. Here we go. This time we're just going to do 2 of those Chaturanga push-ups. So lowering all the way down. Toes or knees. Press it up into that back extension. Extend out. Pull it in. And lower it down. Curl those toes under. Toes or knees. Press it up. Nice. One more just like that. Make this Chaturanga as slow as you can. As slow as you can. Toes or knees. Lower it down nice and controlled. When you hit the floor, go ahead and relax the arms just a little bit, and then let's take it to that back extension. Extend out. Pull it in. Lower it down. Here comes that push-up. Toes or knees. Press it up. Plank position. Downward facing dog. Nice. 3-legged dog to half mountain climber. Right foot presses up and back. 3-legged dog. Twice here. Half mountain climber. Shoulders over wrists. Knee right towards those elbows. Inhale extends us up. 3-legged dog. Exhale brings us out to that half mountain climber. On this third one, we're going to take it to that crescent. So inhale presses us up. Bend the left knee. Sweep it under. Plant that right foot. Nice. Sweep it up. Crescent. Cactus those arms. Inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. One more just like that. Inhale brings us up. Exhale brings us down. Warrior 3. Here we go. You can lengthen those arms first. You can keep them in. Weight comes over that right foot. We lift up into that balance. Hands can stay centered. Hands can come along. Big inhale and exhale. Nicely done, you guys. Go ahead and bend that right knee. Set those left toes down. Lengthen that torso. Fold it forward. Step the left forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Excellent. Let's go ahead and roll it on up to our mountain. One more time through. We just got to hit that second side. Let's take it to the back or keep it at the front. That's where you're starting out here. One nice deep breath. That big inhale takes us up. Exhale brings us down. Interlace or press towards each other behind the back. Open through the chest. Pull the shoulder blades together. Fold it forward. Chest comes down towards the mat. Maybe those knuckles go up. You can release right away. Either is fine. Either is fine. If you are still in that bind, nice and easy. Go ahead and release those fingertips. Bring them down. Halfway lift. Inhale to that flat back, that long spine. Exhale to that fold. Let's inchworm it out. Walk those fingertips out. Nice high push-up plank position. Once again, just two of those Chaturanga push-ups. Make them good. Toes or knees lower down. Toes or knees lower down. When you get to the bottom, back extension. Lift the chest and the feet. Extend out. Pull it in. Lower it down. Here comes that push-up. Toes or knees. Find that plank position. Nice. Last one, make this your best one. Once again, super slow. Toes or knees, keep the elbows close. Lower it down, nice long body. When you reach that mat, go ahead and bring it into that back extension. Extend out. Pull those elbows in, lat pull. Lower it down. Push up, curl those toes under, toes or knees. Press it up. Find that plank position, downward facing dog. 3-legged dog, left leg, press it up and back. Half mountain climber, shoulders over wrists. One more just like that, press it up. Half mountain climber. Little hold, press it up. Here we go into that crescent, bend that right knee, sweep that left leg forward, plant it down, sweep those arms. We're almost there, stick with me, final couple of